Have you ever brushed off a small change in your body, maybe swollen ankles, feeling more tired than usual, or noticing foamy urine in the toilet, and thought to yourself, "It's just aging, nothing serious"? We all do it. You shrug, you move on, and you tell yourself, "I'll be fine." But what if those little things weren't so little? What if they were your body's cries for help? Silent warnings that something deeper, something much more dangerous, was happening inside you. See, kidney failure doesn't just hit suddenly out of nowhere. It creeps in quietly. It hides behind what looks like ordinary aging. And because of that, too many people, especially seniors, miss the signs until it's too late. Think about it. How many times have you or someone you love said, "I'm just tired. I didn't sleep well. My legs must be swollen from sitting too long"? Those excuses sound harmless, but sometimes those exact symptoms are your kidneys waving a red flag, begging for attention. And that's why this matters so much. Because when you catch these signs early, you don't just buy yourself more years, you buy yourself more quality years. Years where you're still laughing, still walking, still enjoying life, instead of being tied to dialysis machines or hospital visits. In this video, we're going to uncover 13 deadly signs of kidney failure that most people mistake for something else. Some of these may surprise you, some may hit close to home, and by the time we're done, you'll know which symptoms you should never, ever ignore. But before we dive in, I want to know, are you ready to face the truth about your health? If you are, drop a quick comment saying, "I'm here." It lets me know you're listening, and it tells me you're serious about protecting yourself and your loved ones. And hey, while you're here, make sure to hit that subscribe button to join us at Life Stamina, because every week we share powerful, life-saving insights on elderly care and health awareness, the kind of information that can truly make a difference when it matters most. So let's begin. Sign 1. Persistent fatigue. Weakness. Picture this. You wake up in the morning, but instead of feeling rested, you feel like you've been carrying bricks all night. Even a simple walk to the kitchen feels draining. You sit down, you rest, and yet nothing changes. That deep, heavy tiredness just clings to you. Here's what's happening. When your kidneys start to fail, they can't filter toxins from your blood the way they should. Those toxins build up, almost like poison slowly seeping through your system. On top of that, weak kidneys mean fewer red blood cells are being made, so your body isn't carrying enough oxygen. And without oxygen, your muscles and brain feel like they're running on empty. Most families dismiss it. They say aren't the only internal sign. Sometimes kidney failure hits your lungs before you even realize it. Sign 4. Shortness of breath. You climb a short flight of stairs or walk across the room and suddenly you're gasping for air like you've just run a mile. It doesn't make sense. You haven't done anything strenuous. This happens because weak kidneys let fluid build up, not just in your ankles but in your lungs. That extra fluid makes it harder to breathe. At the same time, fewer red blood cells mean less oxygen is being carried around your body. It's like trying to live with half the air supply. Families often think, it must be asthma, or it's just the weather. But when shortness of breath keeps returning, it's not about the season, it's about your kidneys. One way to help is by sitting upright when the feeling strikes. It relieves pressure on your lungs. But the bigger step is recognizing that difficulty breathing is not something to ignore, and when your lungs struggle at night, your sleep also begins to suffer. Sign 5. Trouble sleeping. Restless nights. Picture lying down in bed, exhausted but wide awake. You toss, you turn, you wake up multiple times, and no matter how long you stay in bed, you never feel rested. For some, it's restless legs that won't stay still. For others, it's waking up gasping. Why? When your kidneys can't filter waste, those toxins stay in your blood. That buildup keeps your body restless, making deep sleep nearly impossible. The common excuse? I'm just getting older. Older people don't sleep well. But that's not the whole truth. This kind of restless night is a red flag. Practical help? Keep a consistent bedtime, cut down on caffeine, and raise the head of the bed slightly. But most importantly, Don't just accept poor sleep as part of aging. Sometimes it's your kidneys begging for attention. And speaking of the night, there's a hidden sign you can literally taste when your kidneys are failing. Sign 6. Metallic taste in mouth, bad breath. Imagine biting into your favorite food, but instead of flavor, all you taste is metal. Or maybe someone gently hints that your breath smells different, almost like ammonia. Here's the truth. When waste builds up in your blood, it doesn't just sit there. It affects your saliva, your breath, and your sense of taste. Food becomes less enjoyable, and sometimes people even lose the desire to eat at all. Too often, this gets blamed on dental problems or aging taste buds. But it can actually be toxins escaping through your mouth, an early sign your kidneys are falling behind. Rinsing with water, chewing sugar-free gum, or keeping good oral care can help with the taste. But the key is realizing the cause might not be your teeth, but your kidneys. And when taste disappears, it often leads to something even more concerning. Sign 7. Constant nausea or vomiting. Think about how miserable it feels to wake up nauseous day after day. It's not food poisoning, it's not the flu, it just lingers. Sometimes it even leads to vomiting. This happens because toxins that healthy kidneys would normally filter are now building up in your stomach and blood. That overload irritates your system and makes eating a struggle. The mistake families make? They assume it's just a stomach bug or maybe you ate something off. But when nausea keeps coming back with no clear reason, it could be something far more serious. Practical help here includes smaller meals and bland foods that are easier to handle. But ultimately, don't overlook persistent nausea. It's not just your stomach, it's your kidneys waving a warning. And when nausea takes hold, appetite disappears too. Sign 8. Loss of appetite, unexplained weight loss. You used to enjoy a hearty meal, but now even the smell of food turns you away. Slowly, the pounds begin to drop, not because of effort, but because of loss of appetite. Kidneys that can't filter properly leave waste in the blood, and that changes how food tastes and how appealing it feels. Over time, this leads to unwanted weight loss, weakness, and malnutrition. Loved ones often say, "She's just being picky," or "He's not hungry because he's old." But this is more than pickiness. It's your body rejecting food because of chemical imbalances inside. Practical advice? Offer smaller, nutrient-rich meals or snacks instead of large plates. But most importantly, see appetite loss for what it could be, a cry for help from your kidneys. And when food isn't enough, the skin itself begins to speak. Sign 9. Persistent itching. Dry skin picture scratching your arms or legs so much they turn red. No lotion seems to work, and the itch feels like it comes from deep under the skin. This happens because failing kidneys can't keep the right balance of minerals and nutrients. Extra phosphorus builds up, and your skin reacts with dryness and relentless itching. Most people assume it's allergies or dry weather. But when itching is constant and doesn't go away with creams, the real cause may be inside, not outside. Drinking water, using gentle moisturizers, and avoiding harsh soaps can help ease the discomfort. But if itching won't stop, it's time to pay attention to your kidneys. And while the skin shows signs, your muscles may cry out in pain too. And finally, one of the most dangerous signs of all is often overlooked. Sign 10. High blood pressure, hard to control. Imagine visiting the doctor, taking medication faithfully, but your blood pressure still runs high. No matter what you do, it refuses to come down. That's because kidneys and blood pressure are directly connected. Weak kidneys can't regulate sodium and fluid, which pushes blood pressure higher. And high blood pressure, in turn, damages kidneys further. It's a dangerous cycle. Too often, families assume it's just stress or the medication needs changing. But uncontrolled high blood pressure can be one of the clearest signals of kidney failure. Practical help? Stay active, cut down on salty foods, and monitor blood pressure regularly. But above all, recognize that stubbornly high numbers aren't always about the heart. They're often about the kidneys. Watching someone you love suffer in silence because these signs went unnoticed. It's heartbreaking. You see the tired eyes, the swollen feet, the restless nights, and you tell yourself it's just age, it's just normal. But deep down, a small voice whispers, something isn't right. And when that truth finally comes out, when you realize the signs were there all along, it can feel crushing. The guilt, the questions, the what if I had noticed sooner, they weigh heavy on the heart. But here's what I want you to hold on to. Awareness is not about fear, it's about empowerment. It's not about sitting in worry, it's about standing in readiness. The more you know, the more you can protect yourself and the people you care for. Recognizing these signs doesn't mean living in panic. It means living with purpose, with clarity, with the ability to act before it's too late. And action doesn't always have to be complicated. Sometimes it's as simple as scheduling a checkup instead of postponing it. Sometimes it's pouring that extra glass of water and encouraging a loved one to drink. Sometimes it's listening carefully when they say, "I just don't feel like myself," and not brushing it off as nothing. Even the smallest steps, kindness, patience, attention, can change everything. Because early detection doesn't just save lives, it saves the quality of those lives. It preserves the laughter at family dinners, the walks in the park, the joy of seeing grandchildren grow. It protects dignity, independence, and peace. And that, in the end, is what we all want, for ourselves and for the ones we love. So don't look at these signs as a list of fears. Look at them as tools of protection. Look at them as whispers from your body, asking you to pay attention, to care, to act. Because when you do, you give yourself and your loved ones the best gift possible: more time, more joy, and more life worth living. So, let's take a moment to recap. The 13 deadly signs of kidney failure you should never ignore are persistent fatigue and weakness, swelling in the ankles, feet, or hands, changes in urination like foam or dark color, shortness of breath, trouble sleeping, a metallic taste in the mouth or bad breath, constant nausea or vomiting, loss of appetite and unexplained weight loss, persistent itching and dry skin, painful muscle cramps especially at night, swelling around the eyes in the morning, difficulty concentrating or brain fog, and finally, high blood pressure that refuses to come under control. Now I want to turn it over to you, because your story could be the one that saves someone else. Which of these signs have you noticed in yourself or in someone you care deeply about? Don't be afraid to share it in the comments below. You never know who might read your words and realize, that's me, I need to pay attention. Your experience could be the nudge that encourages another person to seek help before it's too late. And if this video opened your eyes, if it helped you understand even one sign you might have overlooked, I want to invite you to subscribe to Life Stamina. Here, we bring you weekly insights on elderly care, health awareness, and the hidden truths about aging that too often go unspoken. This is more than just a channel. It's a community where we learn, grow, and protect one another. Thank you for spending this time with us today. Remember, knowledge is power, but love and awareness are the greatest medicines of all. Stay strong, stay informed, and above all, stay connected to those you care about. Until next time, this is Life Stamina. I'll see you in the next video.